What's poppin', Tub Nation? Welcome back to Tub Takes. This is a VGC video podcast where we go over what's been making waves in the VGC scene. Today, I am joined by my co-host Adi up there at the top.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We got a big week with our Lille regionals happening. Got the regional champion on, and I'm excited to talk about how the regulation H meta has shifted again.
I know. I'm very excited for this one, and I don't know, some cool teams, some not cool teams. I've definitely got some opinions on this tournament. I would love to hear the opinions of our guests. First, we have Giuseppe coming off of a top 4. How you doing?
Hi guys. Yeah, it's all going good. Yeah.
Good. Excited to did I don't know. I'm curious. I actually forgot to ask if I was saying your name right before we started, but whoops.
Oh.
Okay, all right.
It's me, Peppe. Yeah.
Just Pepe? What?
I mean,
All
that's
right,
my nickname. Yeah, Giuseppe Musico. Yeah.
Okay, I got you. All right. Well then, also joining us, we have the Lille regional champion, Marcofiero. Marco, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Thanks for asking.
All right, awesome. Excited to hear your guys' opinions on how the tournament was run this weekend and everything, because that's also a whole other topic of discussion. But first, really quick, if you're watching now but you're not going to be able to watch later, or if you'd rather watch this on YouTube, this will be posted on YouTube tomorrow. Adi's YouTube channel is CK49. And of course, we'll be reading the Twitch chat as we go along. So do put your questions and such in the chat here, and we'll be answering those. With that said, then our first topic is actually the GC upcoming. They finally announced the date for the next one, and the third grand challenge of this season is going to be actually it's not linked in this tweet, but I thought it was like it's not this coming weekend, but the next, which you kind of expect. It's usually about 2 weeks out. Yeah, I think so. And so are you guys planning on playing in this?
Personally, I won't be playing it because I mean, I'm not able to on the weekend, and also skip the first 2, but it's fine. I think there are other GCs to play.
You skipped the first 2 as well, you said?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, got you. Well, I mean, like you said, there are plenty more later in the season, and who knows? I mean, eventually Champions is going to come out. I wonder if we're going to be playing these on that game ultimately. That's going to be interesting. Marco, you did well.
You just won a regional.
Well,
so you don't have to play the GCs anymore.
Yes, that's true. You're right. I didn't think about
that. You're going to be streaming them now.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm probably gonna play that because I'm extremely addicted. Like last time, like I was like, I mean, I don't need the points probably from this one, but I still play like all 45 games. And also, I got really mad while playing like day 2 that I booked like the regional that's gonna be like upcoming next week, like while playing the GC, because I was like, there's no way I became this bad, so I need to like book more real tournaments.
Oh,
So,
I actually remember you tweeting
out.
about this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was actually going to ask that later when we're previewing it, but you will be going to Gdansk this weekend. All right.
Yep.
All right. That's that. I mean, it's so fun. I love to hear that you also like try to play all 45, like just for the love of the game, like just trying to rack up the score as high as you can go. I mean, you were pretty much doing that, but with championship points last season, considering you qualified so early with LAIC, and then just continued to play as much as you'd wanted for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's possible to like beat the the amount of points I got last year because they nerfed also like the GC mainly.
True.
Maybe I will try to get more like auto invites or something.
Or maybe try to beat your brother. I don't know if that's going to be possible. Anyways, Adi, you think you'll be playing in this one?
We'll see. I'm supposed to be going out of town that weekend, but I'm going to try to find time to play these because I did not play the last one, and I know you said there's more of them. There are 8 of them, but you you still got to play 4 of them. There still is the best finish limit of 4. And now with the new point payout, I think it's more important that you just kind of play all of them and get some points from all of them than it is that you really try to get like a high result. And people are going to miss out on those opportunities real quick. So we'll see. I think I'm going to try to get in my games if I can find time. And also, it's just the week before Las Vegas regionals, and so it'll be good preparation for Vegas, anyways.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, these are the important things to keep in mind. I think Adi's got good advice for people that aren't earning auto qualifications to the World Champions. If you plan on just earning an auto qualification by winning like a tournament or something, you can disregard most of this. But yeah, I'm also planning on playing in it. Did decent enough in the last one with I don't remember, top 30 something. But and I don't remember what that was in my region. Top 16 maybe. Yeah. Anyways, so definitely going to be trying to improve on that, even though we're only 3 in, just keep shooting for more, just keep shooting higher because it's fun. And I personally like Regulation H, and I personally like Best of 1. And actually, on the subject of formats, because we are playing Regulation H right now, which some people love it, some people hate it. I'm kind of curious, Marco, you've done so well in specifically Regulation H. Obviously, you've done plenty well enough in other formats, but are you a fan of Regulation H? Do you really like it, or do you actually despise it despite doing well?
So I feel like people probably like hate it on it like a little bit too much. Like there are some things that are pretty annoying, like 90s being like extremely common right now. Like some games you just get frozen, there's like nothing you can do about it. So I mean, there are some things that I don't exactly like, but I feel like it kind of with time it got a little bit more stable. Like for example, like Sage Ninja is not even a thing, and most ninja don't even run like Dark Law. So like a huge amount of problems are not even there anymore, and people just like to complain. But I mean,
Right.
I don't like some part of it, like just the Blizzard spam. I like the fact that the optimal set of 90s is always like Sash with Blizzard, and he goes for it like a bunch of times in a game. I don't really like that, but other than that, I think it's mostly fine.
Yeah, I think I was talking with my friend Michael Zhang, who said that if they released Blizzard like now, people would be complaining about it all the time. They're like, "This move is crazy. What do you mean that it has a 10% chance to freeze you on both your Pokemon?" But it's just been around for so long that we're used to it. Which I think is kind of funny to think. I mean, it really does become a problem when, Ninetales isn't even clicking it for that much damage. It's just like, it's good coverage, ice coverage, of course, being very good, but also, you might just get lucky 19% of the or 19% of the time, right, to get one. Assuming they both can be frozen, and you're not hitting another ice type. All right, so
but this is
go ahead,
notable. We have this tweet up because this week, in theory, we should get the info for the new rule set. Normally they announce it on the 1st of the new month, so set your alarms and be ready for that. In theory, the reason I say that is because they are no longer aligned with the Battle Stadium rule set, and that's how we normally got them, was next month's Battle Stadium rule set, I think. And so we may or may not get the rule set for whatever is after Regulation H in the next couple days.
Right. That's with Regulation J in game, right? And so Regulation J might also come to an end. They might just extend it and then continue to do something else for VGC, or maybe they'll put us on the same format in game as tournaments. But but we should probably get at least some kind of update this coming end of the month. So that'll be like, this weekend. I guess you could maybe find out on Halloween night over here in the US, the 31st, because it's usually like UTC time or something like that. You're usually finding out like 5 p.m., 6 p.m. on the West Coast or something. But yeah, what are your guys' guesses? What do you think we're going to get for the next format, for tournaments, that is? What do you think we're playing?
I would say probably Regulation I. Like it's pretty basic, but I don't know, for like the pattern that we had until now, I would kind of assume it will be Regulation I. I mean, I hope not, because I didn't like. It's probably like the format that I enjoyed the least, even if I got like decent results in it. But yeah, like I hope it's not, but I'm pretty sure it will be.
I'm with you there. Yeah. What about you, Pepe?
Come on, they ask for players for the opinion. Sometime they do that. I guess it's gonna be Regulation C.
I would love to see Regulation C. I don't think that we'll get like true Regulation C. They're not gonna like make us revert the move pools. They're not gonna say like if your Glamora knows Meteor Beam, make it forget Meteor Beam, or don't teach your Dragonite Scale Shot. So that's why Regulation C seems the most interesting to me, is that it'd be like a different newish format, not brand new, but pretty new. And yeah, I'd take Regulation
Also,
F over I at this
Scale
point.
Dragonite.
Yeah, we didn't have it back then. I don't believe. And
No, a few episodes ago, at some point, we talked about this, and I think right after they made the poll, and we went through a bunch of the moves that came out later. Like coaching was a big one, I think, as well. There was a later TM. So there is a bunch of stuff that is going to change the Regulation C metagame if that ends up being what the format is. And yeah, I think it'd be cool because I think that just looking at this poll, I think people they should realize that people are really sick and tired of repeating formats. I personally think it's less bad if they're consecutive, but I think people get really tired of them in general, and they're moving away from them. Champions, when you have all these different mechanics in there, and it's going to be really easy to change to a new format every few months, most likely. And so I think that they're going to try something new. I think they're going to try to go back to something like Regulation C. Maybe they're going to cut out, maybe they're going to cut out Paradox and Rune Pokemon as well, and we go back to Regulation A. Or something like that. Like there was a lot of requests for that as well in the comments. And so I wouldn't be shocked if for the send off for the generation they do something totally different. At least that's my hope. But realistically, I agree. I think it's gonna be Regulation I. I'd be shocked if it wasn't. Like that's just the easiest option. If it's the pattern, like I hope they do something different, but I think it's gonna be Regulation I.
Somebody does mention this in the comments here. It says give us 6-month formats in Champions. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Do we want to return to the longer formats, or do you like where we're at, where we're changing about every 3 months at this point?
I feel like it gets a little bit too boring. Like it's not that the metagame gets old or anything. It's just that I don't know. I feel like just changing rules is more fun in general. So I prefer that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind the change every 3 months. What I don't like is when the metagame shifts from like low power formats to high power formats, like or Regulation H to I, double Uber. There's too much of a difference, and so it makes preparation much more difficult because complete different games. Like playing Regulation H, really different to play Regulation I. That's what I like, to be honest.
I don't know. We had the long formats for so long. I mean, I was playing back sometimes when we had like the year-long formats. And I like where it's at now, especially with respect to like open team sheet and how much bigger the game has gotten. It does feel like we reach a format's like not like the end of a format, like Marco was saying. It doesn't get completely stale, but we do find the best teams really quickly now with open team sheet on Pokemon Showdown or open team sheet at tournaments. People just figure out what's going to be good, and then people just also start copying that because they just want to use what's been proven instead of trying to do something crazy or daring. And so I like that having a reset every now and then, 3 months, it does keep things fresh for sure.
Mm-hmm. I think that they are going to continue to I think they're going to continue to shift it every 3 months going into Champions as well. I think they've shown they like to do that. And I think that again, when you have every single mechanic in the game, when you have Megas and Z moves and Dynamax and Terrestrialization, like we've seen in the trailers, you're not running short of potential formats, right? You can mix and match any of those. You can put 3 of those in a format, 2 of those in a format, all 5 of those in a format, and do all the different crazy things. And it'll be new and fresh every single time. And I think that's what they're going to do. And I think they're also going to, if I was running it, you'd be tactical about it, and you'd say, okay, well, we're going to have Megas, and the next one we're going to have Megas and Z moves. And then that way, all those Pokemon that you caught and trained specifically to be Mega Evolutions, you can still use them, but also now you want to update your team. And then you can slowly take away Megas and add in Dynamax or whatever, right? And I think that's how they're going to do it. They're going to mix it up every 3 months, and we're going to see hopefully I don't think that would ever get stale. Hopefully, especially if they continue the cadence of adapting these new mechanics from every generation that theoretically we will get in the next couple of years as well. Right? I'm not too worried about the 3-month cadence as much as it is right now, where there's a very limited number of rule sets, and I think it gets stale a lot quicker as a result.
Mm-hmm. It is crazy that we're just like already out of formats. We just have to do another repeat one. I know that like it was like 3 or 4 years on Scarlet and Violet, whatever. So I guess we did spend a lot of time on it, but I just don't even know why we have to do the repeats at all. All 5 gimmicks at once.
And this generation is a year longer than other previous generations, right? I think, and so that also has added to it and made it feel a little more stale. I think for some of us than it otherwise would.
What is the 5th gimmick? Oh, I guess like people talk about the gems, right? I guess the gems were kind of a gimmick. They weren't as big. All right. Well, yeah, look forward to this weekend. Hopefully we get some news about it, because I don't know, I guess we don't have anything until Toronto, which is like in the middle of January in this format. When's your guys' first tournament in the next format? You don't have anything in December?
Birmingham. It's probably Birmingham, but I don't remember if it's like the week before or the week after. I think it's the week after Toronto.
Okay, so not before us. Sure. Yeah, so December. I mean, I gotta look at the whole calendar, but I can't remember if like
in December there's like no tournament at all, like
No.
at all, like worldwide.
Yes. Yeah, that's why I keep guessing that. Like, well, I'm not actually that sold on it, because we're getting very close to December at this point. But I was like, they're gonna release champions in December, and that's why they're not doing tournaments. But I don't know. They still haven't said anything, so I feel like it's probably not gonna
Technically,
happen.
I think they said that the like Champions was gonna be released in 2026, which is like, because otherwise it would make a lot of sense that like there's no tournaments in December and then they're just gonna release the game there. But I don't know. I think they said that it was gonna be released in 2026, so that's not really possible. But
It
I'm
says
not sure.
2026. Yeah. Honestly,
Maybe
it could have
they
been
plan
like
to.
an old plan and it got delayed. Sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm just very excited, and I want to know what the rest of the season's going to look like for VGC, of course, because it just feels like we're so in the dark right now with champions coming out and with us not really knowing what this next format's going to be. Last time around, for better or for worse, we knew we were playing Regulation G right after Regulation H, like for the second time, so I wasn't very excited, but it was still like I know what to expect. Right now, we have no clue, so. Anyways,
right, and adding to that, if it is a brand new format, that's a long time to lab it out. If we get it announced like in a few days, and it's like, hey, we got Regulation A with all these new moves, and it's like, oh, that'd be really cool. We'd have all of November, all of December, and then half of January to figure out the format, which would be pretty unprecedented in terms of like how developed the metagame would be for the first regional. Which I think would be really interesting, and I think would also is maybe another reason why they just might repeat the format is because so much of the format is going to be during the holidays where people are not actually going to any major tournaments.
Right. Let's go ahead and move on to talking about Lille here and the results of it. And so, I mean, this, I guess before we go into the results of it, because I don't remember where I put it. Here we go. Let's actually start with this, because before you guys ended up, making it to top 4 or finals or anything like that, you had to play 10 rounds on day 1. How was that? Well, I guess before we dive into that, have you guys played 10 rounds before? I know that Adi and I have at a couple. Adi, were you at Dallas and Orlando?
I was not at Dallas, but I was at Orlando, where we played in round 10.
Oh, we played in round 10 of Orlando. That's pretty funny. Yep. I kind of forgot about that part. All right, but have you guys played 10 rounds before this?
No, it was the first time. It was the first time in Europe.
Okay.
Because I think the first regional, like in the Regulation A1 had like 9, so Liverpool 2023, and then they changed it. Like there was like the own regional that we had it before the change to X2 Cut.
Right, got you. Yeah, I didn't know if Europe had one before. I just wanted to make sure like I wasn't like misremembering or anything. So, yeah, did you love it? Is 10 rounds in one day sick?
So like in general, I don't get like much sleep before like tournaments. So like probably get like 2 or 3 hours max. Like I don't tend to count it because I just like stare at the ceiling for like hours, so I don't know how much I sleep. But so I was like exhausted already by like round 2. So by the end of the day, I was basically like on life support. But I got lucky. I got lucky because like in the first 2 rounds, I got like some, actually like almost. I mean, almost any match, like almost all the matches that I play in this tournament, it was all stuff that I play against like tons of times on ladder. So I didn't really need to like think that much, and I already knew what to do, and the game just went how I was like planning them to go for. So I got lucky a little bit.
What about you, Pepe?
Yeah, I think the main problem was the round 2 that was a lot delayed to the disconnection. So it was 10 rounds, but ended up staying like, I mean, the one finished 9 almost. And that made it so hard to recover between the 1 and the 2 because there not even time to have a proper dinner. There was no time to rest basically between the 1 and the 2. I don't like it personally. I think I like the previous format, 8 rounds, but 9 can be fine. 10 is too much.
Right. Actually I was saying the same with Aaron Trailer. I was just talking to him at a local about all this, and we were like 8 is great, 9 is fine, 10 is hell is what we agreed, because 10 is just too much. Nobody wants to do that. I'd go back to 9. I played enough tournaments 9. I like where we're at with 8 because it feels like I don't know, it lines up really well for, getting dinner after the tournament and stuff and getting enough rest. And then also, I think it's about an equal amount of rounds on the days, right? I actually haven't bothered doing the math that much, but like what, you play 4 rounds day 2, and then if you make cut and win the whole thing, isn't it just 4 more? If you were to like
Yes.
the most possible.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's an equal number of rounds in the day, and that also means that they can stream. I mean, I guess it probably is like somewhat stream motivated, in that they want to stream more of the top 8 games. That's, I think, part of the reason I was hearing that this was. But I don't know. There's a lot of rumors going around and stuff like that. So until they officially say something, like, don't take anything as fact, even the stuff that we're saying here. I have heard that
Did they stream
wanted
all
to
10 rounds of Swiss day 1? How
they
many rounds of day 1 did they stream?
They did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. I'm pretty sure they did stream
They
all
did?
10. Yeah.
Did they stream from round 1 as well?
Round 2 maybe. Yeah, I think round
2.
2. Yeah, because Fede was the first round, so it was round 2.
Got it. Okay, so round 2.
Doing 9 rounds of stream day 1 is a lot. Normally they do 8. And in the past, I think they even did 7 at one point, right?
No, they usually do 7.
I don't know.
Over here in the US, when we have our 8 rounders, they start at round 2 as well, right? So
right.
We've been doing 7 lately.
So doing 9 rounds, I mean, if they can fit it in, that's awesome. But it is a lot, and I think normally they have like, I don't know, I feel like there's like labor laws and stuff where they're like, we can't work for that long if the tournament goes long, and especially it sounded like this tournament did go long. So I'm surprised that they were allowed to do it. I don't know if they're going to be able to replicate this in other places. But yeah, I don't know. I think that I think 9 rounds is okay. Like I would do 9 rounds. I never had a problem with 9 rounds. 10 rounds was exhausting. And I feel like honestly, like 9 and 4 would be ideal in my opinion. 9 rounds day 1, 4 rounds day 2, if they really wanted to restructure the system. But I actually really like 8 and 4. I think it works really well. There's no reason to change it when it works. And so, yeah, like I don't hope they do not switch to 10 rounds in day 1. That would be very upsetting.
Was San Diego also
especially
10?
San Diego was 10 as well.
Oh, I was also in that one day. Okay.
But yeah, I think a part of the dynamic that I feel like would suck is that, if you go 5-3, then and your friends are still playing and they have to play like 2 extra rounds, you can't even like hang out with them at the tournament, right? You just have to, okay, well, I guess I'm going to dinner because it's 6 p.m. and you guys are going to play 2 more rounds at quote unquote day 2, and you're going to be here until like 8 or 9. Like that sucks too. Like you just don't get to hang out with your friends either.
No, that is weird. That is a good point. From what I'm hearing, it seems like they were wanting to do 10 and then seeing how it went this weekend and how people are receiving it, they might just try to go with 9. That's just what my insider source is saying. But again, a lot of this is, stuff kind of being passed down the rumor mill. So I wouldn't say anything is like 100% factual or not. We'll see what happens in Gdansk this weekend, what they decide to do, I guess. Have you guys been informed yet? Have they said anything in like an email or?
I don't think they did. I remember like also like before Lille, they sent an email literally like 2 days before, so it'll probably
2
like
days.
come out like in like a couple of days.
Yeah,
But also like the email said that it was gonna be like 8 rounds plus one from phase two, and it wasn't like that. So I have no idea at this point.
I do think that that is probably the worst part of it, is being blindsided by it. At least, like, not even like 2 days is not a ton of notice, but like, yeah, getting to the tournament and stuff and not knowing what you're going to get into, that's really annoying and unfortunate. Because yeah, you just want to know what you're getting ready for. And honestly, it's just like important for people to like be able to plan their days around it. Like, I was talking about this a lot with Aaron over the weekend, but like the most important thing is like food and stuff like that. I am personally somebody who doesn't eat during the tournament at all, mostly because I just can't get it down. And so I'll eat like, a banana and something in the morning, and then after Swiss, I go and get food pretty much immediately afterwards. But if I had to play 2 more hours of Pokemon, 2 more plus, because it might be longer, um, then I'm definitely going to have to get lunch in the middle of the day and have to plan my day differently. And that's going to be a little bit harder because, I don't know. I don't love the food options in the venue a lot of the times. Whatever, So everybody will have to struggle for different reasons if the tournaments are longer. It's not going to be easy. So, with that said, one other thing that it seems to just kind of happen every now and then is that I think I heard there was a lot of disconnects. I think it was because of internet issues at the venue, and that's just, yeah, super unfortunate. But I believe that's the reason I heard that all went down. It didn't seem like it was as bad as we had it at LA last year, but it still seemed pretty bad with a lot of disconnects, and obviously that just blows. Nobody loves to have their games resolve in a disconnect in the middle of what is like a good set of Pokemon. So, yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and dive into the results of the tournament then. So, I guess let's start from the top. Marco, you ended up taking it all with a team that you and I believe Dill worked on. I think Dill got 17th here. Super unfortunate to bubble out there, but. And I think from what I remember in your tweet, you said that you had been working on this for a while now. It wasn't something that came together last minute.
Yeah, I mean, like we have been working on like a hyper offense Bombay for quite a bit, like almost 2 months. But at the same time, like obviously, like there has been like some days, for example, in which I'm like, I don't know, maybe Sun is better, and then I just gonna like play Sun. I think I so like it's been like not on and off. Like we worked a lot, like pretty much like 1 month and a half ago for like quite a bit, and then I think like in the last 2 weeks, like I dropped it for like a little bit for like a couple of days, and then like I picked it up again, and like right after, yeah, like right after I think like after Milwaukee, I wasn't really sure because we weren't really able to figure out like the matchup into balance. We had our Chowdon obviously like before Como because it's just like the mon that like that makes the most amount of sense. But then yeah, like after Deal put Como, I picked it up again, and it was like I think at the end of like last week. Yeah, it was like either like the end of last week or like so like the Sunday before tournament or like Monday. I did play a lot on ladder, and I feel like that also helped a lot because I did extremely well on ladder. Like usually, I try to not get too like I try to not get like too crazy scores because people obviously are gonna be like on the team if you get too like scores that are too great. But I got I think one account from like 1300s to like almost 1700 in like a couple of hours. And yeah, when a team does that well, I feel like you're more like you will try to think about more the fact that you can maybe like bring it to a tournament, and you felt extremely good way testing. So then I just kept going with that one.
That's it's honestly cool to hear that you were very on and off with it, because I don't know, it just kind of like grounds it for everybody else that probably has similar journeys prepping for tournaments where they're like, this team is it, this team is it. You have one bad ladder session and you're like, I should probably just use the team I know better, the one that I've been using, and then one good ladder session and like, actually no, I'm so back. It's time to lock this in. That is so funny. There's a lot of Pokemon here that actually maybe not a lot, but there's a decent amount of things here that stand out, I would say. Like for example, both Como and Golden Go not using setup moves at all. Most of these Pokemon with sets like this are using Nasty Plot or Clangorous Soul. And so was it just leaning into that hyper offense aspect that you didn't want to have like waste time setting up, or what ended up? How did you end up reaching that point, basically?
Yeah, so like the Golden Goal did not start at all with this set. Like it was initially choice specs. Simply like I realized into like one of the most important matchup, like into Dallas matchup, if they lead something like Incineroar and Ursaluna, it's really easy to pin. Like you cannot protect if they just like double there. Even if you like fake tears, power gem KO the Incin, then Ursaluna just KOs your Golden Goal. So you can kind of avoid that by using protect and creating more mind games. So the Golden Goal has to be thought as more like a choice specs one that can also protect more than just life orb that doesn't have nasty blood, because the team doesn't really have like a backbone for it. Like Incineroar, obviously, like Incineroar, like is more of an offensive piece. Obviously, it has fake out that can support the team, but it's not like the classic Incineroar that goes for fake out, parent shot, and helps maybe like a setup do something. It's more like a Golden Go, yeah, like a choice specs Golden Go that also has protect, and yeah, so that was the main core. Como came like obviously like was the last Pokemon that got added to the team. uh, at first, we had Archaudon. I mean, not at first, but like in one of the latest versions, we had Archaudon. Archaudon was helping a lot into Rain. Como was like an idea that Deal had because like most of the latest team is pretty weak to Como. Like Usona gets tons of damage from Aurasphere, and then like all the other Pokemon, basically almost all of them, I guess. Yeah, almost all of them, like other than Sneasler, and I think yeah, other than just Sneasler, I think it doesn't get super effective damage. And I mean, the team has good answer to Sneasler as well, like by having Golden Go intimate with Incineroar and Dragonite. So it got added for that reason, but then it also fit extremely well with the rest of the team because we didn't have like we only have Golden Go. That was one of the Pokemon that doesn't get Spore from Among Us, but also like it's yeah, like you also want that. Like for example, I went to a local, I think like more than 1 month ago, and I ended up playing into like a lot of teams, like into my son team and also like Alessandro Marchionne, which is the Italian guy that got 18th, I think, with his son team with Duxburn. Yeah, like I
Oh, that
play
team was
against him as
cool.
well. Yeah, like he had sleep powder, and most of the match was like me taking sleep powder into something and then like hoping to not get free turns on everything. So having 2 months that don't get sleep powder was pretty helpful. And then also since our challenge is an extremely great Pokemon into rain, if you have a Como, I'm not gonna say that like it's as good as a Shroudon into rain, but it doesn't get spores, so like the Among Us score is basically useless. But and also like Terra Wave Curse doesn't kill Como. You have like decent damage into a Shroudon. It's like great into pretty much the whole team. So it was covering basically all the problems that the team had because it was great into rain. So taking out their Shroudon wasn't a big issue. You
Mm-hmm.
also had the option to, I mean, like to have another spore immunity or sleep powder immunity, and also it was great as a like offensive Pokemon because the team is still like usually when you have like fake tiers on the team, I like to have more special attackers compared to like physical attackers. So it fitted that role extremely well, and yeah, so like it was the perfect choice. We struggle a little bit maybe to because they wanted to use Life Orb at first on Como, but I was extremely convinced that the right side on Golden Goal was not the choice specs one, but
Right.
yeah, the Life Orb one was better. So I like, in my opinion, it was better to have like Life Orb Golden Goal and Trust Spray Como, even if the Life Orb set was maybe even better. But yeah, like so I prefer Life Orb and Trust Spray compared to like Life Orb Como and Specs Golden Goal. I feel like Specs Golden Goal was not like we played it for a long time with Specs Golden Goal, and I feel like it just wasn't great into the meta at the moment. And yeah, like the Life Orb one was just way better.
I like that. I like the way that you said that it's basically just a life orb, choice specs, golden go, with protect, and so that because it does feel very hard to protect it. No pun intended, but like you keep it safe. The opponent will play around that quite easily. You're talking a lot about spore immunities. Of course, there's an easy solution. You just put safety goggles on your Incineroar. Why is it covert cloak? I'm just teasing, but why
So
actually is it?
Mhm.
Yeah, like there was mainly like we had a lot of issues into teams with Volcarona. In fact, like like I think kind of like 1 month ago, it was pretty popular. Like the team with the gambit balance with like Sneezer Volcarona kind of got like a little bit more popular. So more people were like in like on that team. So we needed like I feel like every version of Dragonite, Ursaluna, and Golden Go struggles a little bit into Volcarona. So you need
Yeah.
like specific answer to beat that one. So Incineroar with Cover Cloak was extremely helpful. At first, it was an idea to just like, I mean, like I'm like a type of team builder that doesn't really like to play stuff like this because I feel like it just doesn't really work. So then, since we were approaching like the global challenge, I was like, I mean, we might just as well try it. And for the global challenges, and the global challenge is great, obviously, like into. Yeah, like into every time people were leading Sneasler and Volcarona, you could just Terrifier. If they fake out, you don't get any damage. You go for third bits and they go at like 20% on Volcarona on turn one. So it was great for that one. But then yeah, like it became like a pretty solid answer. But that's not all of it. Like at first, it was just like a good answer to Volcarona if you play Terrifier and Cover Clock, and it's harder for them to like maneuver around that. And also, I mean, if you have like Ursaluna is also a great Pokemon into King Gambit. So if you go for like Incineroar and Ursaluna, you're basically able to handle these type of teams. But then it became extremely helpful, like for example into Lele's team, because everybody was playing Icy Wind and and they have double fake out. So there like happened a lot of times that they just cannot stop the Incineroar in the wind. Because the Incineroar still had like a good amount of attack, so it was pretty hard to stop it once you set up the wind. And yeah, like it worked out great. Then I guess like one of the weirdest things is probably also Protect. I was a pretty big fan of Protect. In fact, I think on the document that deal set up for the team while we were testing, I think I clicked Protect almost as much as Fake Out on Incineroar because it's so great into so many matchups. Incineroar has to be thought as more of like I mean, it's similar to the other Incineroar, like you're kind of able to like glue the whole team together, but also it's a Pokemon that usually switches in and you get Intimidate and you're able to get lots of damage. And I feel like it's too easy to like stop an hyper offensive team with just Fake Out. And the fact that we have like three immunities like Ribombee, Golden Go, and Incineroar was extremely helpful. As I said, like not getting dropped by Icy Wind was extremely helpful. Then, like, I mean, there's also like some other perks of having Cover Clock, like not getting any flinches, maybe from like I don't know, like Rockstep from Terrain or like Dark Claw stuff. So it's been great. Like I just thought it was great for the global challenge at first, but then as we kept using the team, like even in best of three, it just felt great.
That is really cool. I love that it's like thinking a bit outside the box because people assume that Incineroar has to be played a certain way, and this really changes it in a way that I think will keep your opponents guessing because a lot of people's game plans involve always being able to hit an Incineroar, and if the Incineroar can protect all of a sudden, well, that's definitely gonna force some mind games or make them think harder than they have to. So I like that. I actually realized that we haven't talked about Ribombee yet. That's probably the one that most people actually want to talk about. The problem is that I just know this is like a solid enough Pokemon. Like I'm not like a Ribombee doubter. I'm not like this looks like a crazy pick, but I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, like about Ribombee. Just like I guess yeah, about its strength and stuff.
So I mean, I didn't. So like as the first core of the team, we wanted to have like Ribombee and Golden Go because Ribombee with Shield Dust basically has like a cover cloak.
Yep.
So having both focus session cover cloak, I think is extremely helpful because one of the problems I think that Whimsicott has is the fact that if you run cover cloak, you usually don't have enough damage because you're supposed to have some bulk. While Ribombee kind of fixes this problem, and I feel like having Praxer does not change that much for the way that we play the team. Like for example, I feel like if you have a Tailwind Starter that's not like that does not have Prankster, you usually have like a hard time. Like if the Tailwind Starter is not really bulky, you usually have a hard time into other Prankster Tailwind. So for example, if you were to like match Ribombee into like a Whimsicott, I feel like for most of the times you will not have like a great matchup. But this team has has a pretty good backbone as well. Like if you have Ursaluna and Dragonite, like Ursaluna and Dragonite is one of the best scoring to Tailwind teams as well. So we were able to like fit Ribombee well on the team. because yeah, like it's great. Like if you have golden goals, like I think Roman golden goals is like an extremely broken core. Also, the fact that you can fake tears, dark types comes up sometimes. So like you want to KO an Incineroar, you can just fake tears, power gem, or Moonblast and power gem. The damage is great, and also another really important thing that I feel like a lot of people didn't really realize is the fact that I feel like Haze on Dragonite is one of like the worst move that you can have, because the Dragon is a Pokemon that you bring into a lot of matchups. So usually you don't want to have like a slot that you only go for when you play into Dondozo. And I feel like Ribombee completely fixes this problem because you can just handle Dondozo with just having fake tears. In this case, like our first game plan into Dondozo was to have maybe like Ribombee and Archaon in the back. Obviously, by having combo, like it just doesn't work. But if you keep the Terran or Saluna, you can kind of do the same thing. In fact, like I play into two Dondozo teams, and I won. Well, the second one it wasn't that easy, but like I feel like the first one that I played against was fairly easy against Victor in round 11. So yeah, like I just kept Rebombing in the back. I went for fake tears, and yeah, like at some point it was just in range or anything, so I just like attacked. So I feel like that's one of the biggest on the team is the fact that I have like actual free moves on Dragonite, while other people usually waste them on Haze. While I can just have like I can have Rebombing as an answer to Dondozo, which definitely helped out. So I feel like that's one of the biggest strengths, the fact they can do a lot of damage. Also, you can use like an actual like Terra type. Like Whimsicott usually has to have like something defensive, while Ribombee can also can also like do more damage with the Terra. And yeah, like the rest of the set is basically just a Whimsicott, which doesn't really need Prankster, I think, in this format because it's also extremely fast. Like it's faster than the Sneasel, and it just works well all together.
It has so many cool traits with Shield Dust and its speed tier. It is just fun that it gets to shine. Like, I mean, it's a good Pokemon, but it's also just, it's not often you get to see Pokemon like Ribombee shine in a VGC format. So, yeah, really, really cool. Um, every time I look at a Ribombee team, I'm always like trying to figure out how to fit Pollen Puff on it, because I would love to Pollen Puff back up to multi-scale. I would love to Pollen Puff my Assault Vest or Saluna. And also, it's just funny because Pollen Puff's like Ribombee's move originally. Like, that's how it started. But yeah, it's just hard to fit. It's hard to fit, and you don't really need more than just Moonblast on your broken support Pokemon, or your support Pokemon that has broken moves. Yeah. Did anybody actually try to fake it out? Somebody kind of mentioned it in the chat. Did anybody fall for that or no?
Not like at the tournament, I don't think it happened. But like on ladder, it happened quite a bit of times. I think what happened the most actually was people faking out my Overclock Incineroar more than my Shield
No.
Dust Ribombee.
Oh my god. Yeah, Covert Cloak Ensign. They probably just thought they knew. They were like, you could always fake out Ensign. It's not even Terra Ghost. I'm just gonna fake it out. What's it gonna do? Protect? That's so silly. Alright, well, in terms of, you talked about some of the rounds, but I guess what would be the one round you said, or you felt stood out the most? Like, what was the craziest, most fun set? Oh, I didn't realize you played against this back-to-back in 6 and 5. That's pretty... Or no, I guess it's different. My bad. What is it? It's Dragapult versus... Am I stupid? Which one is
Rillaboom.
Rillaboom. Oh,
Yeah.
the Rillaboom. Okay. But yeah, but what would you say was the one round that stood out the most?
Well, I don't think like all the matches were pretty straightforward. I feel like so. I mean, this tournament was a little bit weird because I feel like some games I was playing extremely well, and then some other games I was also playing well, but then at some point I just made like some like really dumb mistakes. Like I mean, obviously, like for example, in finals I just clicked Tailwind while both of us were already in Tailwind, but it was not the first time this tournament for some reason. Like which usually doesn't really happen. Like I remember in round 6. I was up one game and I was about to win because the situation was like him having Whimsicott and Incineroar and like both at 30% against my combo at like 60% and Dragonite at 60%. So I just clicked like extreme speed and whatever attack and I win. Or at least that's what I was thinking. So I clicked fake out the Moonblast and KO my Dragonite. And for some reason, since like combo has like a really good like spread move, I was like, maybe I can just click the spread move. Like it doesn't matter what I click here. So I click Ankro Scales and I KO the Incineroar. And then I was like, well, now I'm against Whimsicott and he has Anchor. So I went for Protect because I realized I have like 7 Protects left because I didn't max my PP like for this type of situation. So I went for Protect. I went for Protect a bunch. He went for like Anchor. And then at some point, like I had like 1 Protect left. I went for it, and it was like also like the third turn. So he went, but I was like at 15 HP at this point with combo, because like he was getting one Moonblast off, I think, or two, like every anchor.
Yep.
And yeah, he wasn't sure if it was gonna KO. So after the third, like after anchor expired, he went for anchor again. But I just finished my my protect, so he failed, and I just went for flamethrower and I won.
No. That's tragic. That's tragic. Oh my gosh. Yeah, some stuff like that will happen. Oh man. Man. Oh no. Okay, okay. I'm just reminded
that's
actually
a crazy
from
game.
that's
Go
so
ahead.
yeah, because it's also tricky to like count those things. Like we're so used to playing on Pokemon Showdown where it'll show us all these numbers and stuff like that, and you have to know like how much PP your opponent might have on a move. Like if they did PP it up, if they didn't. I think if Encore ends really abruptly, it'll tell you Encore ended, right? If it's like the first Encore
Yeah,
and
yeah, but
they run
in
on a
that case,
move,
it was like after the third, like it was exactly
it
like
lined
when it
up
was supposed to
perfectly.
end if I had any more as well. But like still, like it was a mistake from my opponent's side, because like I was extremely in range of another Moonblast. Like I had like
Yes.
15 HP, and one Moonblast was doing like 30.
Yeah, yeah. So they were supposed to just go for the kill. Oh, that's tough. That's very tough. That's very tough. Yeah. All right. Then let's go ahead and move on to talking about your run, Pepe. So you ended up running the Lele team, as we like to call it, but with Dragonite instead of Ninetales. And as far as I can tell, I don't think I see any other differences. Um, is everything else the exact same? Is that correct?
Yeah, I think it is the exact same. Just changed
Okay.
Nantes Dragonite. Yeah,
And you
like
were like, well, I guess Edu had some other, mainly the Calm Mind, right? Yeah, I guess the Calm Mind.
yeah,
But
just
other
a
than
calm
that,
mind.
you were you both just ended up deciding that Ninetales needed to go. And so I'm kind of curious, what was your reasoning why you wanted to try Dragonite over Ninetales?
It was just actually 2 days before leaving for the tournament that I thought of Dragonite. So I was trying Ninetales, the Sash set, but I wasn't liking it. Like most matchup, I won't bring it. Also, I watched like string games from the Milwaukee Regional and was seeing, okay, Ninetales, for example, in the Balance Mirror, they tried to bring it like game one, but all the time, like game three, they decided to not bring Ninetales. So Incy, Ursaluna, Rillaboom, Goldengo was the optimal thing to do in the mirrors. So yeah, like also notice like not fire types coming to the format, like Deflusion, for example, Sun Teams, and Ninetales wasn't that good into this matchup. At some point that where there were some leads, like I don't know, Mouse Ult Fusion that completely destroys the Lele team, and I wanted something to that was good in this matchup, also to mix up a bit to the team, because everyone was prepared for the Lele team, everyone had their lines, so
Mm-hmm.
changing a slot can bring all the people out to prep if the plan is all based on me bringing line tails or not bringing dragon. That's it. And
And maybe my memory's not the best, but I feel like you were bringing Dragonite a lot in the stream sets, at least. I thought I saw you bringing it to the games quite a bit. Maybe that's wrong.
yeah, because it makes sense. Like I had three string games. One was against Sun, and of course Dragonite. I mean Marco's Sun, and Dragonite was really good to that. Was around 10.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And I think Dragonite completely changes the matchup here. Then was against Amin, where normally the balance would bring Ninetales in the matchup. Uh, top 8, yeah, roughly.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But Dragonite kind of does the same, like speed control, I guess. And yeah, I can say it as well. I brought that because it worked in Swiss, it didn't work in top.
Mm-hmm. Which one was that again? Which name?
Edu, Edu in top 8.
Oh, against Edu. Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I play like Dragonite with Ace I mean, wasn't sure about the last move, but I guess
Right.
that ace could be decent into, I don't know, like setups in general, like King Gambit, Volcarona, but also in Rain, ace can be clutch. You're setting the Archaluna drops, and I don't think it did that much in the other day, but sometimes it was also useful for resetting Intimidate drops
Yeah.
on Readable Incineroar. Like, it is a move that it's not really needed, but can happen in some scenarios. Um,
For the
yeah,
Doxbone matchup.
for what?
The
Sorry.
Doxbone matchup, of course. You gotta haze that one. Gotta haze off the well-baked body boosts. Where's that thing?
Oh,
Mhm.
sorry,
There it
I
is.
forgot about the Pokemon. Yeah, actually, there's some matchup that you will straight up lose with the standard Lele team. That's so yeah. I guess Dragon would have yeah.
That stupid thing. That's so funny. I do like that you are giving all the reasons why you need haze and why Marco's crazy for saying haze is bad.
But
Because
it's different teams. Yeah,
it's different. It's for sure. I think both are good.
I think I would play Anchor though if I had to use the team.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
I
it can be
think
useful, the
Fede was
scenarios.
trying that at some point, right? And some other play. Encore is really cool on D Night. It's cool. Um, but okay, so yeah, obviously, otherwise the team is quite boring. So I don't have a bunch of other questions about it. This is good Pokemon. You came to Lille to play good Pokemon. Um, and so do you have a standout match from your run?
Um, so maybe against
Well, you
Giovanni,
actually played
which
the
was
same
stream.
team round 1 and 2. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I
Like
also
literally.
played that like around
Oh, you did 9?
yeah 9. Yeah,
You just the
three
same
times.
thing 3 times.
Yeah, like and like the player makes a lot of difference in this matchup because like round 2 player made me think, okay, this is a flawless matchup. I played 4 games due to disconnections, and
Ugh.
I kind of lost 3 of those games, and the other one was in unfavorable position. Yeah, and but yeah, then other 2 rounds where if it's the same matchup, I just won 2-0, like no problems. Um, the matchup like was against Giovanni on stream because I mean it's a friend of mine, but the fun thing is that in our group chat I was asking like one day before the regional I was asking uh, what do you think about Dragonite in Lele team? Which move should I play instead in the day slot? I was making like questions and Giovanni responded to me, "This is bullshit. You shouldn't replace Ninetales. Like you should use Nine." And then he got destroyed by Dragonite on stream,
No.
so that was fun.
That's pretty good. That is pretty good. I can't remember. I thought we saw Lele play against it in the GC with the Ninetales. Does the Ninetales not contribute to the matchup? I thought it was good there.
Um,
It kind of depends probably into Sun, right? Because there are some lines like Ninetales, Golden God they can do, but uh, I mean Dragonite is always like one of the best Pokemon into my Sun team.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, you're Marco. I forgot. I forgot you're Marco from Marco's son, right? Um, that guy. Gosh. And now we're gonna have what Marco Ribombi. I don't know what we're gonna call this one. It's a. um, got you. So there were a lot of I don't know. There was a good amount of boring from this tournament. A good amount of some fun stuff. Like I mean, Weezing doing well, Doxman doing well. Ribombi, Smeargle both making finals. Pick your weird Sashmon. Load it up. It's time. I did not think like looking at least when we first saw Edu's 6 Pokemon, I was still guessing that it was Yawn Ursaluna when they showed just like the 6. And I would not have guessed Tailwind on Smeargle for sure. Otherwise, everything else kind of the same as we were just looking at here, but still very scary. Smeargle's one of those Pokemon that we get to turn our brain off to for most formats a lot of the times, and you could definitely go a whole Regulation H tournament without facing a single Smeargle. So it's probably pretty annoying to go up against, and you both got to experience it. What do you think of these changes? Do you think this is going to stick around, or is it just something that Edu's doing?
No, I think it's kind of a good team, like a good adaptation for this team because Smeargle is really flexible and in matchup that are hard on paper can still do stuff like you can Spore, you can Tailwind, like it's very flexible. Also, the Calm and Ursaluna really improves the mirror, I think, against Ursaluna. And with redirection, double fake out, you don't really worry about the Yon, just set up and handle really better the Goldengo in the mirror. So it's really good adaptation that with the double fake out and follow me from Smeargle, it's really easy to support.
It's also triple fake
Yeah.
out, technically, right? Yeah.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
ahead,
I
Marco.
particularly don't like. I think the adaptation they made are pretty smart. Like for example, obviously if you push Miracle, like having Calmator Soluna makes total sense. But at the same time, I don't particularly like the fact that if you take out Yon, like you basically have like no matchup into Dozo, because this team I don't think can beat Dozo at all. Like he has basically nothing for it. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, because like when you go to a tournament, like in 8 rounds, like
Did he
I feel
face
like
Dodo?
I don't think he did. Yeah.
No
Like
Dozo, the Dozo Dodger. The Dozo
yeah,
Dodger.
I feel like I don't know, like it's like one of those matchups that you don't like, because you can basically lose to like any player with those. I feel like some matchups you can just
Wait.
outskill them, and those will just
There are
win the
like
game.
triple fake out lines against Dozo. You can just
Yeah,
fake out.
exactly. You
Triple
can
fake
fake out
out,
without being able to
yes.
fake out.
The grassy terrain and leftovers will easily counter the fake outs,
Yeah,
but you could just take it to time. Yeah, just say like, you
maybe
know
you
what,
can
we're
get
not
something
playing.
that goes and we go for that.
That's pretty good. Yeah, you can kind of Incinerilla it, I guess. I don't know.
You got Spore if they're not Terra Grass, right? Like you can do a couple things.
I feel like it's probably possible.
You can line up a Blood Moon here and there, and then went on timer with triple fake out and occasionally a Blood Moon.
Yeah. You have to make sure you don't lose anything to the early game, Sneasler and DD or whatever it ends up being. I guess we were talking about like conventional Dondozos. This is definitely a bit of a weirder one. I don't know if you both, or Marco, were you the only one that ended up playing against it? Let me see.
Yeah, I play against him in
Yeah, you
top
played. Oh,
4.
you played against a different Dozo team. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. So did you feel like you had like a good plan into this, or were you definitely like kind of figuring it out as you went because it's just so different than everything else?
So with the fact that I streamed like all the Top Cut matches, after I won, actually even before I won my top 8 match, I was already thinking about this one, because I think yeah, he played right before me, so like I knew that if I had won my top 8 match, I was gonna play him. So
Sure.
it took a bunch of time for me and Deal to figure out what to do here, because I was talking with Deal to like on what I was supposed to do here. That's kind of a problem. The fact that Weavile is like exactly 1 point faster than the Ribombi, and obviously you can
Ugh.
just KO it with triple axel. So like the standard game plan wouldn't really work. Like the standard game plan that I have into those was like going like in Sea Dragonite, you KO like the other Pokemon, and then for those you have like Ribombi and Ursaluna in the back. I feel like here I needed something else to like handle the Weavile, because I mean Incy Dragon doesn't work into like Fairy, Annihilate, Weavile, whatever. Like I just assumed that his standard lead was gonna be like Weavile and Annihilate, so that lead just wasn't gonna work. So at first, I think the game plan they were thinking about was going for Golden Go and Dragonite, and basically force a trade. Like if they knock off the Golden Go, I get Scale Shot off into Weavile, and then it's fine. If they triple axle the Dragonite, I get make it train off, and then Weavile is in range of Vacuum Wave. I still have Terra, and with Ribombi in the back, I'm able to handle Dozo. So this was the line I was thinking. But then, like as I was there, I just like came out with another game plan. We just going for like Ursaluna and Dragonite. The first game, I think I got like I don't know, like I was really expecting him. Like by looking at the matchups, like I saw Weavile Annihilate. Dondozo is extremely good into my team, so I assume it was going to be like Weavile, Annihilate with Dozo in the back. And since my team doesn't have any move that gets super effective into Dozo, I assumed that he was going to tear the Weavile turn 1 to not get Vacuum Wave and Extreme Speed. So yeah, like I was like, okay, he's most likely going to Terra, so I'm going to Blood Moon and Scale Shot the Weavile. So if he gets a KO, I mean, he gets a KO into like the Dragonite, I get Blood Moon off, and then Annihilate is going to be a -1. I get in with Rubombi and I have a Vacuum Wave and Moonblast. But the turn didn't went as I thought, and he didn't tear the Weavile. Also, I feel like this kind of helped me. Like, he kind of gave me a hint that he wasn't even thinking about this move, because after he saw that I tear the Ursaluna, he was like kind of disappointed because he thought I was going to protect the Dragonite. So I just assumed that he didn't even think about this option. So like, I mean, I lost the game because I just dropped the Annihilate after he terra'd in like turn 2 after Dragonite was gone. And then like game 2, I won kind of easily. And then game 3, I was like, okay, most likely he just didn't think about the fact that I can exchange speed and Vacuum Wave. So I went for it. I saw the Weavile didn't terra on turn 1. I just won basically in turn 1.
I remember seeing your very early pop off on the lack of a Terra. I was like, what
Yeah,
else
like
could he be
I saw
doing?
like I saw like my thing like my
Your Ursaluna was
character
Terraing.
like my character making like the Terra thing on my Ursaluna. I was like, well, Weavile is it's faster, so that would have Terra earlier. Most likely he didn't get it's like he didn't go for fake out, so I just win turn 1 basically.
Yeah. It was so funny. I was just like, he's already so excited at his own Terra. What could he be up to? Yeah, but I love the explanation of like how you reached that the conclusion that this was a read you could make, is that like and that you like kind of deduced that your opponent wasn't really considering it, at least based on, I don't know, the way that they were playing and some of the other cues. It's really cool to kind of get like a bit of a view into that. But yeah, this team is, God, it does just seem so evil. We've seen some stuff, honestly, similar in Best of One with like Surf, Dondozo, Terra Water, stuff like that, built around Pelipper and Archaladon. But this one, yeah, it's just got like a lot of annoying modes. You can technically beat up for stamina. You can U-turn turn 1 to break Dragonite's multi-scale and then hit it with a Wave Crash or Order Up. And that just kind of gets rid of the haze problem that a lot of Dragonites would be holding over a Dondozo. Rain boosted Wave Crashes on top of all that. If you want to try to go slower than this team, it's got Taunt and Annihilate. Like, it just seems evil. This team does have a lot of evil aspects to it. So very well built by Jay there. Let's see here. Other teams that I think stand out. Boring. Kind of boring. And yeah, Adi, your favorite.
Big fan of Ivar. He's the guy who brought the Gdansk bars. The
Squawkabilly,
which is a super cool team. We did a team report. It's on my channel somewhere. But yeah, I know he's been using this team. I think he top cut another regional in the first part of Reg H with that earlier variant to this team. I don't know if he's changed too much, but this is right after Wolf had won. But yeah, so he seems like he's found a level of comfort. And one thing that stood out this regional were the 2 different kilowatt rolls in top cut. And you talked about how it would be fire types when you're using the original version of Lille team. And so taking advantage of that with double fire as well. It just seems like he had a really strong meta call with this team. And capitalized on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one's cool. I believe also on their Twitter, the paste is out. So if you wanted to go try it yourself, I was trying that out a little bit myself yesterday, and it's fun. It's also got discharge on the kilowatt roll, discharge with double ground types. If you want your kilowatt roll to do even less damage than Thunderbolt, then this is the move for you. But it does have that fun upside of hitting both and having the chance to para. It's cool though.
I know.
Go ahead.
I know Marco didn't play Ivar, right? Because I'm looking at your team and looking at all the spore immunities that don't work against Toe Scroll.
True. Yeah. Nothing will save you. I mean, safety
I think I
goggles will
played
still save
against
you.
something like this on ladder, and it was. I mean, touch squirrel is kind of difficult to maneuver around, but also like I don't know, it's just like not really a great Pokemon. I can go for sport, like you sleep and then you wake up and you just beat it. I think.
Sometimes that's
Yeah,
how it
also,
goes against Pokemon like this, or Vivillon, whatever. What were you saying? Sorry, cut you off.
no, I was saying that Water Ursa is really good into this team. Like you said that Marco was playing.
Well, you got to watch out, because if you get hit by the discharge after Terra, you're going to take like 30%. And what are you going to do when that Kilowatt does 30% to you? You're going to be so sad. Anyways, then of course we talked about it briefly. I think that's probably the next team of interest is the Doxbun team. And yeah, I think that they were doing really well with it on ladder, or somebody stole it and did really well with it on ladder. But my friends did see this one, and they were like, "What the heck is this dog up to?" Like, they got bodied by it. They were like, "This was actually so difficult." The stupid dog. And I love it. It's such a funny Pokemon that I don't know. This is kind of why I like Regulation H. Is you're still supposed to use like really good Pokemon, but it does allow some really crazy ones to sneak through. And Doxbun getting its way to top 32, That's really solid. That's awesome.
Yeah, I love Regulation H because you get to see Pokemon like Darkspawn, like you said, because I just think that so many of these, I have a whole 40-minute video about this topic. So many of these new Pokemon are so like lovingly crafted. They've got so many like even the shitmons like Darkspawn that are not supposed to be good competitively. Clearly, like they have an idea about how you could theoretically use this Pokemon, and if well executed, you could build a team around it. And that feels like it's true for basically every Pokemon this generation has like something going for it. And when you have the Iron Hands, Fluttermane, Urshifu formats, you never get to see them. But now when you have this lower power level format, we get to see some really, really cool strategies with some Pokemon that you don't otherwise get to see. And Darkspawn is the perfect example of that. So yeah, this encapsulates everything I love about this format. Super cool, especially since we got Lava Plume Typhlosion in the DLC after Darkspawn was originally released in the start of the game, but it didn't have a good Lava Plume user. And now Typhlosion is there. Perfect fit with it. So I'm glad that it finally sees the light of day.
What did we do? We did like Chi-Yu. I think there was some Chi-Yu Doxbun. Oh yeah, that was funny. But this one's like immune to fake outs. That's kind of fun.
And it doesn't drop your Spadef.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I forgot that Chi-Yu kind of does weaken your dog a little bit. Yeah, very, very cool. And I don't know. I think they ended up losing on stream, I think, to Jay, which was sad to see. Oh man, it's also Life Orb Rillaboom. Stellar Life Orb Rillaboom. Crazy. Oh man.
I think in the local that I played against, he literally just KO my Incineroar with like Stellar Life or Bygos Power or something. Or at least I don't remember if it was like slightly cheap or like if I was full health, but I'm pretty sure that I just dropped to that.
Were they intimidated or no?
No.
Okay, sure. I was like, through Intimidate is insane. But yeah, I guess Life Orb and Stellar, I probably expect my Incin to die, I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't love it. That's funny. That is really funny. What was it? It wasn't. I don't actually know how high they finished, but I loved the Dusclops tech that people were talking about. I don't know if it's strictly better, but yeah, they were all running Frisk. I guess mainly people were talking about this Venusaur team that had Frisk Dusclops, and you're like, oh, that's a mistake in Open Team Sheet. You're supposed to run Pressure, but run Frisk when you're playing like the GC, when you're playing Best of One. And then somebody was like, actually, you can run Frisk to find Zoroark. We did just see Zoroark Kasui do well enough at Milwaukee. And we're playing Open Team Sheet, so you can actually use that against them. If you Frisk the opposing Ursaluna Blood Moon and you see that it's holding a Focus Sash, you're like, wait, that's actually not an Ursaluna Blood Moon. That's a Zoroark. So it's really funny. I don't know if it's like always the right call, but because like there's some stuff where pressure can come up against like certain low PP moves, Maybe not as often in this format. I'm trying to think of examples. I was struggling to think of one ahead of time, but
Oh no, I've had that happen with Palkia versus Astral Barrage and living all the Astral Barrages that you can, then running them out of the APP there. But that was in 2022 with Dynamax.
no, I meant examples of this format. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
This
if I got
format,
it.
I don't think it's possible, right? I really don't think there's like what maybe you can stall out Make It Rain, but they would just Shadow Ball you anyways. So I don't think there's any other like really high power moves that you can really live a bunch of.
Right. Yeah,
So
that's-
I really do think Frisk is just better. It just like it really is. I never thought of it, but yeah, the Zoroark application is very real.
That's funny. And then you could also, of course, people say you can find the team sheet errors. Like, just find somebody blatantly cheating or something. I don't know. That's probably not a real, actual reason, but technically. All right. Blizzard. Oh, I guess. Yeah. Blizzard might actually take long enough to KO you that pressure would work. That's real. Yeah. Any other standout teams from this tournament though? Any other teams that went deep that were cool that we should probably talk about? Let's see. And then I guess in terms of like any like interesting metagame trends, because I was wondering, is Rain kind of lacking right now? I feel like Rain wasn't doing too.
Going to a tournament, I feel like rain players are usually kind of scared of like Ninetales, so it did feel like it dropped a little bit. But also, I feel like one of the most interesting meta trends is that I feel like Among Us is kind of dead at the moment. Like there's too many golden goals, so it will
Mhm.
be interesting to see like because every time Among Us like drops that much in usage in like any format, it just starts going like doing well again. I don't think this will be the case because there's way too many golden goal. So it'll be interesting to see that, I guess.
Yeah, and on top of that,
Yeah,
they're pairing it with the double fake out. That's almost always goggles and a grass type. So, Among Us is not having the best time. Let's
yeah,
see.
well, sort of, but there were. I mean, it was very common on the P2 Ursa team that we
Right.
see did do pretty well. We see Nils going 9-3, Lele bringing a version of that going 9-3, and so. But yeah, this team has picked up in popularity again. I really think that the big standout for me this weekend is Kilowattrel, where there were two in top 8, and we see a lot of very good players bringing it to the tournament and kind of betting on it. And maybe that is just a lot of good players decided this was the meta call, and some of them did very well. But yeah, I think that people decided that it sort of rotated back into the format. I think it had a pretty good matchup into the Lele team as part of why people wanted to use it. And yeah, we saw a lot of people bringing different versions of this team to the tournament. And I guess a lot of them went 9-3 because not a lot of them made top cut.
Yeah, this
Yeah, I feel
won
like
one
this
of the
team was
Victory Road tournaments, and
yeah, it was kind of already around for because of that. Like people already played it. Like I feel like going to this tournament at least like as I was prepping, like when I thought about like anything within senior Porygon Chu, like I specifically prepped into like the Kilovatro version and into my Sun team. Like those were like the Chu in CP Chu team, like teams that
yeah,
I actually like played sets with people against because I was expecting just these two to be around.
and the top 2 accounts on the showdown ladder right now. I actually played against number 2 on ladder yesterday on stream, so if you want to go check that one out. But they were using this. They were just using this team, so it's still putting up pretty good ladder results. I would say that
A
it's
Super Bulky Goldengo, the one like Agua
the
Berry
one I played
Goldengo.
yesterday was a Guavberry. Yes, a Guavberry
Yeah.
Golden Go, which is crazy. Um, I don't know if I agree with it, but it sounds cool. Sure, why not? Um, but this
Um,
it's just I think it's just like another like almost finished team in the metagame that like you can just load up and do well enough without having to make any real big changes to. It looks like Nils ran Shadow Ball instead of Ice Beam, which I thought was kind of interesting. Basically just saying, you know, I don't care as much about Dragonite. All the Ninetales are doing a good job of beating down Dragonite right now. I guess maybe not good enough. I'm talking to 2 top 4 Dragonite players. But the Shadow Ball is so that your Porygon doesn't feel useless in front of a Golden Go. So that's kind of nice. And I guess a lot of other ghosts as well. It just pairs well with Ursaluna because things like to tear a ghost in front of Ursaluna sometimes as well. Because of Facade. So, yeah, I think Rain didn't see the the best. And Marco Sun looks like he got 2 top 16s. I didn't realize that.
2 top 16s, yeah, 2 top cuts. And
Marco,
I think
I just want your team to
part
go
of,
away. I just want your team to go away. Can we be past it yet? Can it be done yet? You're not using it. Can they all start using your new team or something?
I mean, some people might pick it up, but I feel like I don't know. The Sun team looks also more solid. Like even if he has like sleep powder and stuff like that, I feel like it's probably more solid for like in Pichu, Ursa, and that type of stuff. So I don't think it will go like anywhere anytime soon. Also, technically has like one of the reasons why we're still considering for Lille is the fact that it has like a slightly like I feel like while playing it, like while knowing like all the things they can do to my team, I feel like it's like slightly Avengers team like a matchup into like Lattice team. But like people when they play my team, they're like, oh yeah, now you should play it has like out win to Lattice team. I don't feel like I don't feel like exactly like that. But I think until like Lattice team is like that popular, people will like keep using my Sun team because of this reason.
They just like that matchup. I gotcha. Yeah, I mean the Lele team still not totally going away. I don't actually know what's the best finish of the Ninetales version. Looks like Wanma here, I think, was running the Terrablast version, sure. Same thing. But the core of it all is still there. With whether it has Dragonite or Smeargle, I mean it's a lot of it is just like those changes will change certain matchups, but at the end of the day, you have to have an answer for double fake out, plus Golden Go, plus Swords Dance Sneasler, and that that's probably not going anywhere. Also, the stupid Dozo teams. I mean, the 2 of the size spam Dozos.
There's a lot of Dozo. Legitimately, Dozo is one of the standouts of this tournament. There were 10 in day 2, 2 in top cut, and then a whole bunch more at 9-3. And there's all these different variants. And so, I do think it's surprising because, again, I feel like that the Lele team just has Haze Dragonite. I don't know exactly how these teams are supposed to beat that. But if people are dropping that, if people are, I think the Dozo teams are very good at generally targeting part of the metagame, and especially if you're doing something unexpected like that the Pelipper version did, they could definitely flip some matchups there. But I don't know. I feel like I always think of Dozo as like a very high floor, low ceiling team, and it did overperform, and it is something that maybe we gotta start really thinking about our Dozo matchup a little more as we team build.
I realized like half of those could go, not half, but some of those could go away because they're not Tatsugiri teams. But because I think solo Dozo is chill. I hate the Tatsu stuff. Go ahead, Adi.
Also, all the cool teams are like, oh, here's a cool team. It has a Scizor on it, but it's also a Dozo team. So
yeah.
If you want a cool team, there is a Cleavor in day 2 that did pretty well, and it's a pretty interesting team.
Cleavor? Oh boy.
It's Daniel Hernandez.
Oh, that's like Danny Hotaku, I think, on like Showdown. I play.
Oh, that's Danny Hotaku? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Been playing forever, dude. Oh my god. I kind of just assumed they were an American player for some reason. Holy. That's some stuff, dude. Sunny Day, Mirror Herb, Salamence. Why not? Okay, Clear Amulet. Yeah. It's just double fake out. It's just European double fake out. All right. At the end of the day, it's just double fake out. Nothing surprising.
I saw some people on Twitter. Also saying that like the team that I use was just like pretty standard like duck team because it's still like Dragonite, Ursaluna, and Golden Go.
No, I think your team's very cool, but it is just using good Pokemon. You're using good Pokemon somewhat differently. Like I guess Blood Moon's standard, but Dragonite, Golden Go, and Incin are kind of doing some fun stuff. Even Komo, as we talked about.
Yeah. Komo or Bombi is not something that you see a lot of, and I think those are both very interesting Pokemon. So I don't know. I can't imagine people looking at you're like the 2 standouts of your team are super unique, and then you're supporting. I mean, you're not really supporting them with 4 like common Pokemon. It's not really that dynamic, but yeah, like you got 2 cool Pokemon and 4 standard Pokemon. That's about as good as you're gonna get in VGC. Let's like realistically.
No, we can't all be ESM or Jamie Boyd or whatever using 6 stupid Pokemon altogether. Be reasonable. All right. Well, I think that's probably it for Lille, at least in terms of the teams wrap up. Because I mean, we could go all the way down, but we did see Jacob on stream again with that Kingdra. It looks like they're still rocking that same Kingdra team. That one was funny. But yeah, let's go ahead and preview the upcoming tournaments. We heard from Marco earlier that you'll be going to Gdansk. Peppe, are you also planning on going to this one or no?
Me? No, I won't
Yeah,
be
yeah.
going to. No.
You're not. Okay. Not doing
No.
this one.
I will skip this. I will skip like Stuttgart in late November, and it's my next event.
Got you. All right then. Marco, do you know how many? It says capacity. Never mind. I was gonna ask how many people are in this one, but it's probably filled up then? Maybe.
I can check, but I think it's like around like 400.
Is it really
Let me
that
check.
small? Dang.
Yeah, like usually it's so it'll definitely be like 8 rounds plus 3 because like last year it was like 8 rounds plus 2. It's 469 like all divisions, so it will be like around I think 400. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. That is pretty small as far as things go. I actually don't know. Maybe we talked about this last time around. Is there a reason that I should remember or know about this? Is it because it's hard to get to, or small
Yeah,
menu?
kind of. I mean, there is
Or
like
it's
an
just...
airport that's like somewhat okay connected, but yeah, it is a little bit hard to get to like compared to like other destination.
Got it. Okay. And you I know it's mentioned here at the bottom. You ended up getting to the finals of this one last year, right? This is the one where you played against Fede.
Yeah.
That's so hoping probably for another good run like that. Of course. And I
Alex,
guess
there are $500 round trips right now from DC. I could still go to this regional. Is it filled up?
plug me in, Audie. How much is it from the West Coast? Tell me.
Good. Well, it actually seems like it's reasonably easy to get to. It seems like it's I mean, I guess when you're flying from America and you're flying to like through London or Iceland or whatever, it's pretty easy to get anywhere. It's closer to 700 from the West Coast.
Got it.
And it's more like a 20-hour flight than a 10-hour flight, like it is for me.
Dude, I do think it's kind of funny. I don't really want to like name and shame, but it's very easy to go look it up if you want to. NA did send over like 3 or so like strong players, and I think not one of them made day 2.
We said 4. So we said Ovamezi, Billy, Marcus,
yes.
and Len all went over, and just Billy. So just Ovamezi made day 2.
Yes, brutal. Meanwhile, when Marco
but I
comes
wouldn't
to
be
our
shocked if some of
tournaments-
these guys. I wouldn't be shocked if some of these guys also made the trip out to Gdansk, given that they are on back-to-back weekends.
That's true. Yeah, you could just like spend a week in Europe and then do it. So might be seeing them. And that's, I guess, good to keep in mind when we go to this smart money. So, I forgot to talk about these ones. These are who we picked for the previous one. I don't think anybody went that hot of our picks. I remember seeing Adam's name in there.
No, he did really poorly.
Yeah, he went for
okay. Shouted
I think, yeah. I don't know.
Tough. Then I can't remember if the Victor. No, wrong.
Victor went 8-4, I believe. I think Lele went 9-3. Might have been the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Lele went
Well, I
9-3
think did Roxon also went 9-3. It looks like Lele got it. I think I got it.
Yeah, tough. Lele's up there. He's 30-30, so he's up by a couple percentage points.
Oh, right. He was literally 33rd. Okay. So with that said, though, y'all might know better than us who's actually going to the tournament. But who do you have winning the whole thing? Starting with you, Peppe.
Oh, Brisbane.
No.
Alex,
We're gonna do Brisbane afterwards. I did them out of order.
Yeah.
For Gdansk.
Oh, I'm gonna say Sambi. Just yeah.
Sanvi. All right. As long as he's not bringing Volcarona, should be fine.
Yeah, definitely not bringing it.
Marco, what about you?
Yeah. So my guess, I'm not like 100% sure, but maybe Pepe knows because yesterday, like Chere was like talking to us and was telling us that he wanted to go. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
he
Like,
will go. He will go.
yeah, I think Chere is
He decided
winning.
to go.
Fincher is
All
really
right.
Yeah, it
Why
was my
not?
second pick because also saw his team, but I think it would
All
do.
right. I'm excited to see it this weekend then. Unless he's like loading up something really boring, and then you're just baiting me. He's just running Elizabeth again. All right. Audie, over to you.
So my problem is I have no idea who's going to this event, except Marco said he's going, and Marco seems like a pretty good bet, having just won the regional. So I'm picking Marco.
Okay. That's a good pick. Um, hmm. I Who do I grab? Do I grab Lele again? Because he's actually the only player I can think of right now that I know is going. Because I think Victor was a maybe, right? Have you guys heard anything else? I don't know if you talked to Victor or not. Torviv? No idea.
Nope.
Okay.
But
You
Fate is
don't
going
want to pick an American?
I do not want to pick an American, I'll be honest. Even though you're right, I think I didn't even realize your theory, like that they were probably going for the double weekend or like the back-to-back weekends. I'm like, that actually makes a ton of sense. Hoj is a good shout in the chat, Bruno. You know what? I'm just gonna grab Lele again then because I do know he's going, and I don't, and it's always fun to at least guarantee that you're picking somebody that you know is going. All right, and then Brisbane.
Yeah.
We
Big news
that one
came out today is that we have a stream
Yes.
for Brisbane. And I think this is awesome. I think it's great that the Australian community is come together and kind of got their streaming set up as far as we can watch their events, because their events are awesome. I love the Australian events. They have they have some of the most creative teams. They always run wild stuff. So it's always a trip to watch them. And then on top of that, every single one of the regionals gets invaded by like some of the best Japanese players and best players from the rest of Asia who are just fighting for a world's invite, an auto invite. And so you always see some crazy names at these events as well. I think we saw Shohei at one or two last year. We saw Bingji get top 4, I believe, at one of them. So yes, it's always really fun to watch these. I'm glad they're going to get streamed. I hope that in the same way that Victory Road went from unofficial grassroots caster to official caster working with Play Pokemon, I hope that whatever they're building here and Oceania VGC can take that step as well, because it's a shame we don't have official streams in Oceania, and I think this is a great step, and I hope everyone goes and watches it.
Absolutely. I'm definitely looking forward to watching a lot of Pokemon this weekend because Gdansk should also be officially streamed, right? Usually Victory Road. Cool. Yeah, lots of good Pokemon to watch this weekend between the two. So if you're at home, definitely a good weekend to be studying up and getting ready for future tournaments. So Suika, your Brisbane pick, that's a good one. Yeah, definitely. If they're going to be in attendance, which I imagine. I don't know. But first pick, over to you. Actually, let's reverse it this time for the guests. Marco, you're getting first pick this time.
I think my smart money will probably be maybe Lewiston. Yeah, I feel like it's pretty good. Like it's been doing pretty well in the last couple of tournaments. So Lewiston.
Who is this again?
Lewiston. It's multi-boy.
Oh, Lewis Tan.
Yeah.
Wait. Tan.
It's Lewis, like Lewis.
Like this?
Yeah.
Got it. All right. Step over to you.
Say Zine if he's playing.
Do you think? Or are you just guessing, or do you know?
Just guessing. Like
There's a decent chance, honestly. What's that, Adi?
I thought I saw the Umbra team post where all their players were going this year, and I gotta find it, but they did like post every single event that all of their players are going to, and I think some of them were going to Brisbane. Oh yeah, here it is. I could post that in our local
Send
chat.
it to me. I'll grab it.
Yeah, and it looks like is that just Zine who's competing at Brisbane?
This one's probably
Top one. Yeah.
Oh, that's Shoma.
That's
Shoma.
Okay.
Is he on this team? I don't actually know.
No, it's just
no,
Zine.
He's not okay.
Part of the team.
But apparently Shoma's coming. That's pretty hype.
Okay. Shoma's good. But yeah, so do you you want to lock in Zine though?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Adi, you taking Shoma then, or?
No, I'm not. One, because apparently Shoma pulled out according to chat.
Oh no!
But yeah, but also, so fun fact, this week is the start of the World Cup group stages. We had qualifiers up until this point. Team India, of course, the team I play for, automatically in top 8. I believe Italy also automatically in top 8. And we are playing week 1 of qualifiers, or week 1 against of the group stages against Australia, who went 24-0 in their qualifier groups. They did not drop a single set, and I think they did not drop a single game until the 3rd week. So they are really, really good. There's a bunch of very good Australian players. They're all ready to defend their home turf and make sure they don't get an invite stolen from them from someone from Asia, an invader. And so I got to rep Australia, and I'm gonna pick Kieran Singh. He's my boy. He's always does well at these events, and I think he's a good pick.
I was gonna pick Kieran if you didn't. So good pick. It's just like every single time I open up an Australian event, like Kieran's in top 8, if not better. So, all right. Well, I think people are mentioning. Oh, you know what? I don't know why I read UB and I thought of B Trick Room for some reason. You're talking about UB Slow? UB Slow is going to the tournament? I'll pick UB Slow. Why not? If UB Slow is going, I hope that would be exciting to see. Yeah, I mean, the like you said, Adi, that's like one of the reasons that it's really exciting to watch these tournaments. It's not just to see those strong Australian players, but players from other Asian regions that are trying to opt out of their less comfortable qualification systems and go for the much easier, just snipe a win at a regional and get an invite that way, an auto qualification. So silly.
Yeah, well, also it's like it's close enough. Like they're in the same part of the world. Like if you're good enough to consistently make $1,000, $2,000 from going to these events, getting top 8, top 16, you should go. Like it's just you get a free trip to Australia. Worst case, if you do very well, which I think that players like Zine kind of expect to do.
Right, 100%. All right, and I think then that's it. So we'll have to see how these things pan out this coming weekend. We've got 2 streams to be watching, so lots of good Pokemon to be watching from home. Yeah, I think then if there's no other questions for our guests here, that's probably going to be it for this week's episode of Tub.
Are we doing the Calcus right this time? Are we doing Calcus right?
We got time for a Calcus right. We can do a Calcus right. Why not? Let's round out with a Calcus right. Do you guys know how this one works? I forgot to explain it beforehand.
No.
I don't.
All right, perfect. So basically, what we do is we all take turns presenting a damage calc, and with all the details. But you have to guess how much it's going to do. You pick a number within the range. So if I say how much is 220 special attack modest Abomasnow Blizzard doing to a max HP Abomasnow, and you say 40, then that's within the range. It's doing 40%. So we're all going to pick just a single percent that ideally is within the range. And yeah, so with that, I guess I'll start with one. I think what is like a common Lele Ursaluna spread? I think it's usually something like this, 164.4. At least that's I think what MDB put out. That's common enough. So we'll use this Blood Moon. How much is it taking from a +2 max defense Doxbun body press? It didn't want a Terra. The Blood Moon's not gonna go for Terra or anything like that. Max defense, impish, whatever. Doxbun body press into this Blood Moon. So when you guys are ready, just say like ready or I'm good or whatever, and then I'll call on people to give their answers.
Yeah, ready.
You said unboosted body press, right?
No, +2. I want +2. I mean,
you said +2. Okay.
Yeah, +2.
Damn, you stole my calc. I was gonna do the same thing. I got a number.
All right. Let's start with Marco.
I think it's doing 70%.
70? Okay. All right. Peppe?
Yeah.
63.
63. Adi?
Oh, I think it's doing a lot. I think it's killing. I think it's doing 100.
You think it's killing? Oh, there's no way, dude. There's no way.
It's got a defense.
I'm saying
stat.
max as well. I don't know if it's running max, but we're putting max on there, and then put it in at +2. It does look like you guys were underestimating Doxfun, because it's doing 75 minimum. I think you guys said 70 and 73, and then Audi, you were a little bit too confident, but that's pretty funny.
I would never underestimate a dock spawn.
Somebody said surely at 1 KOs +2 can't be that weak. Come on, no, see. It's not really the Doxbun isn't that strong. Like, it's got a 115 defense stat. Not being a fighting type definitely hurts. But no, it's just that Ursaluna's got a 120 defense stat. It's very physically bulky. So, all right. So, what if you guys kind of get it now? If you have one, you can go, or we can have Audi go. Do you guys just let me know when you're ready?
I can do one.
All right, Audi, go for it.
And in fact, I'm gonna keep the exact same Ursaluna. Because it's the Ursaluna we all know and love, I guess. But instead, I'm going to pick a different Pokemon from that Doxbun team. It's going to be the Typhlosion. The Heatwing Typhlosion, which, finally sees the light of day, and it's clicking choice specs, Lava Plume. No cheating, no looking up what Lava Plume's base power is, but it's just a max special attack, timid, choice specs, Typhlosion, clicking Lava Plume. How much is it going to do?
Is so weak, dude. What am I'm so
So
I got my
like
number.
double target and specs modest.
Spread move, right? Spread move.
It's a spread move, yes.
Okay, and it's modest or timid?
Timid.
It's timid.
Okay.
So I think there were specs.
Yeah. 63 again.
Oh, wait. You gotta wait till you get called on. But also, I was going to pick 64 because I was like, your number from the last time was very good for this. Marco, what do you got?
Marco, since they've already blurted their answers out, what do you think?
Is this like under sun or no?
No.
Okay, so I mean, I would say less, probably like 55.
55. All right, let's see
55.
it.
Let's run it.
Typhlosion. It's just got. Oh wait, that's the wrong Typhlosion.
No, if I had set up quick interruption, I have a Doxbun on the field.
we
gotta make sure that we get
Lava Plume on the set. Dude, no. Wait, is this right? Am I seeing this right?
It makes sense. I guess 55 was too much. Yeah, no, this makes sense.
Wow.
I was thinking like because I thought you were like saying the number like under the sun, which would add up with this one. That's
I get you.
That's why
we baited you. Wow, that's so sad.
Yeah,
if you give it sun,
power, it's not very strong.
Yeah, I mean we're in there if it's sun, but yeah, without sun, this
80
base power spread. It's 80 base power spread. So
yeah, it's also
just
timid. Like Typhlosion is not a good.
No, 119 special attack. All right, do either of you have a calc? If you take a sec, then go on. Anything from your runs or anything that you can just think of?
I have a calc. They actually made at like 4 a.m. like on like the night before Sunday, because there were like I was 9-1 and I already played Edu that was 9-1, so I had two chances out of 6 to play one of the guys with Dozo. So I had like 30 chance to play one Dozo guy. So I calc how much like at 5 a.m. like after I wasn't able to sleep, I calc how much Terra Moonblast from Ribombi was gonna do into Dozo at +0.
Okay, what's the Dozo running?
So it's just like bulk class. So yeah, like 4 HP for special defense.
Okay, 4 HP for special defense, and the Ribombi is max timid, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And the Dozo's at +2.
The Dozo's not at +2 after a fake tier, so it's at neutral.
Yeah.
Or I guess if it just took the Moonblast without Tatsugiri, same difference.
Yeah, it's Terra Moonblast.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
All right, I'm ready.
I got a guess.
Ready?
All right, Marco, calling people.
All right, so Peppe.
45.
Okay. What about you, Adi?
It's a Terra Fairy Moonblast into unboosted Dozo. It's doing more than 45, right? Like I think I was gonna say 65. I thought it was doing a lot.
Okay. What about you, Alex?
I don't want to change my answer. I think Adi might be right. I actually had 45, the same number as Pepe again, so I'm going to go 46. I'll go 46 to differentiate.
No,
But
probably it's more because it's bulkless. You're right.
yeah, it is bulkless Dozo. Let's see. Put a 4 here. Ribombi. No set for Ribombi. The disrespect. 252.
Wow, can't believe it.
Or Moonblast. Oh, wait. Oh no, we didn't Terra. We didn't Terra. We didn't Terra. Got a Terra. Dang it. All right. 54 to 64.
Oh.
Okay, that's
I
not
said
bad.
65.
Oh, you did. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. Now, was this making you feel good or bad about the matchup, Marco?
No, it was pretty good. Like it happened like in game one. Like my Dragonite was burned, and I went for like he just ignored the Dragonite because I kept like switching Instant and Ursaluna on the other slot, and I went for like something like 5 times skill shot. So basically, after like 5 skill shot, it was in range of like Terra Moonblast from Bombi. So I saw that it was like at 60%, and I assumed it was gonna KO, and it KO'd, and I won straight away.
Let's go, Rimbombi, clutching it up. All right, Pepe, you got a calc?
Actually, one that I had while playing.
Yeah,
Lille Ursaluna, like the standard one, as before,
sure.
against +1 Annihilate with Rage Fist after 2 beat ups on the Terra Electric. So
Okay.
Wait, sorry.
+1.
You said
+1
2
2
wait.
you can set up the Annihilate first, so it will be easier to visualize, I guess. So
So
+1.
+1 Annihilate with 2 beat up boosts. Clicking.
You got to tell
Fist.
us the investment on the ape though, just real quick.
Probably like Jolly 68 or something.
Jolly 68's most common.
Yeah, it's Jolly 68. Yeah.
Cool.
And what's the defender? Terra Electric Ursaluna?
Yeah,
That Ursaluna been using?
Yeah, exactly.
With the 164.4 bulk. I know there's so many different things.
I don't remember the bulk, like the one from the standard one from the calculator.
Yeah, 164.4 is what we've been using. We can do that.
Yeah. I'm just not pulling it up
okay.
because then it'll run the calc, obviously, or close.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate you putting it in chat. That makes it easier. Not that I know what this number is going to be, but I do have a guess now.
Yeah, I got my number as well.
Okay, Marco.
I would say like 70%.
Adi.
I've got a similar number. I'm saying 75.
I'm right between. I have 73, so I guess we're all gonna be right together or wrong together, probably. Ursaluna, just right back to it, and we just gotta Terra it. I don't think I gave the stacks. 2 stacks. What?
+1.
Oh, thank you. I was like, this looks pathetic. Oh, we are. Wait, no, Adi's wrong, and I barely sneak in there. I barely sneak in there. 62 +1. Oh my
That's about right.
god.
That's frustrating because +2 means you still don't kill, right? Where it's
It's like a really weird situation because they need like mouse on the back, which is what happened in the game.
Yeah,
I think
it happened on stream, like.
Oh, okay.
Like against Amin. Yeah. At some point, like I saw Mousel that I was thinking he's gonna like kill all my team with the knee lip, the beat up, but then I remember about the mechanic. The beat up only does 2 hits if it's the last 2 ones. Yeah. So
I actually had it come up at a local this weekend, but a lot of people forget that you also have to have all your mons be healthy status wise to get all your hits and beat up. Like if a Sneasler goes for Dire Claw into your Mousehold and gets the poison, you will only get 3 beat ups. It's kind of funny that way.
I remember this interaction because actually the first team that I used in the official tournament was in 2016 when I played like Terrakion Whimsicott. And like everybody, so I had beat up, and obviously everybody had like Dark Void and Thunder Wave. So I absolutely know this thing because it was like the first team that I used.
Yeah, Terracot, good old Terracot. Mouse Ape has nothing on Terracot. Yeah, that team was funny. Nightmares for people back in the day because instead of clicking, super powered Rage Fist, you were getting hit by a rock slide, and if you lived it, you were gonna get flinched. So, how fun! All right, well, that's gonna wrap it up for this episode of Tub Takes. Thank you both for joining us, and again, congrats on your finishes. It was really fun to get to talk to you.
Thank you to you, Alex. Thank you,
Yeah,
Ali.
thank you for having us.
And if you are here now, you didn't catch the beginning, or you prefer to watch these things on YouTube, Audie's YouTube channel is there in the chat. CK49, it'll be over there tomorrow. If you did watch the whole thing, also go watch the whole thing on YouTube, of course, just because you like us. Yeah, with that, I guess we'll figure out who we're going to throw the stream over to. We'll have 2 tournaments to talk about next weekend. Okay, we're going to throw it over to Professor Tiberius. Sounds good. Yeah, definitely come back next week. We'll have more stuff to talk about, more results to analyze, and more strong players to talk with. So,
and hopefully a new format to talk about too.
Oh, true. Yeah, thank you. I was like, I feel like I'm forgetting something for next week. Hopefully there's a new format. That'd be fun. All right. Y'all have a good night. Catch you around. Peace.